So what's happening with Tesla? Major issues as far as the stock price goes. It's just continuing to go down along with the rest of the market for fear of uncertainty when it comes to the economy, when it comes to all this tariff stuff going, back and forth with Trump and trying to figure out and just analyze where are we going to be? Where are companies going to be? Small companies, mid-sized companies, large companies, trying to figure out how this is going to impact their bottom line, what's going to happen. We've got the regular consumer just running around going, which is it? What's going to happen next? And Trump, of course, blowing, his horn about how this is going to be great for the economy. Everything's going to be perfect. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be great. We're all going to be rich. He's doing his thing. But in the meantime, Elon Musk is getting some blowback, right, from people, from investors, from people, maybe from the board, suggesting, hey, dude, you got to do something because this whole, politics thing with you constantly being in the White House and running Doge and doing what you're doing, our Tesla stock price is falling. And we were doing good for a minute there. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the Tesla stock price, but it was doing hella. I mean, there was a moment there where it was just breaking all sorts of highs. It was on its way to $400 or $500 a share. But point is, Elon, in his White House, hanging around the White House, hanging around Trump, being the vice president that he is, or president that Musk is, he decides that he's going to do like a Tesla thing at the White House. Whose idea was this? Let's get into it. Let's time to talk. Welcome to Time to Talk. Appreciate the people who've already subscribed. Thank you for being here. I definitely like having you around, and I'd like to have more of you. So hit that subscribe button if you've not subscribed and somehow you found this video. Let's get into this video with Trump at the White House purchasing a Tesla. Well, he's going to buy a Tesla, and so this kind of, I mean, it is a Tesla commercial kind of thing. He's trying to help Elon out. Did Elon orchestrate this? Hey, I got an idea, Donald. Why don't you, maybe come to, we'll put some Teslas on the front of the White House in the driveway, and you can buy one and talk about how great it is. It's actually kind of pathetic, really, when you think about it. But let's watch this. Let's take a look at this.
President Trump, are you looking to buy or lease today?
Well, I'm going to buy. And I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. And I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. And I just want people to know that you can't be penalized for being a patriot. And he's a great patriot. And he's also done an incredible job with Tesla. And I mean, nobody else has a car company started up in the last 30 years that's been successful. I don't think so. And not only successful, but super successful. And because he's able to find billions and billions and billions of dollars of fraud and waste and all of the things, I mean, our country's going to be very strong very soon because of a lot of the things that he's done and a lot of the things that I'm doing. And there's no better team, but there's no better for what we're doing. There's nobody like this, and he shouldn't be penalized. And when I watched the other day, I said, I can't believe it. It should be the opposite. People should be going wild, and they love the product, but because he's finding all sorts of terrible things that have taken place against our country, they want to penalize him in an economic sense, and I just think that's very unfair. So I just wanted to make a statement. I'm going to buy one. Now, here's the bad news. I'm not allowed to drive because I haven't driven a car in a long time, and I love to drive cars. But I'm going to have it at the White House, and I'm going to let my staff use it. I'm going to let people at the place use it, and they all are all excited about that. I'm not allowed to use it. Can you believe it? One of my great things in life is that I can, I like to drive cars, but I'm not allowed to. And I will say this one, the Cybertruck, I bought for a very special young woman. Do you know? I'm sure you've never heard of her, Kai. And she's a great golfer, and she puts the clubs in the back, and I guess it's a very safe deal. She loves it. And I actually bought one about a year ago, and she loves it. And it's very safe, it's very strong, heavy, it's all steel, stainless steel. But the cars themselves, so what is this one, Elon?
That's the Model Y.
That's a Model Y, so I have a lot of information, including the price.
Yeah.
I want to make a good deal here. I do notice this. They have one, which is $35,000, which is pretty low. What is that all about?
Yeah, it's, I guess we wanted to make the point that Teslas aren't all expensive. You can get a Tesla for as little as $35,000.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to thank the president for his support. This means a lot. And also thank everyone out there who is supporting Tesla. It's really terrible that there's so much violence being perpetrated against people at Tesla, Tesla supporters, Tesla owners, Tesla stores. These are innocent people who've done nothing wrong.
But nobody's been. I mean, it hasn't been. There's been some physical damage, a little damage, and we want to keep it that way because I don't want to say this. It's just not the appropriate. But law enforcement's out there watching everybody. We don't want this to happen, and not to somebody that's been so good to our country. He didn't have to do this. He didn't have to go through this, and we can't let it happen. And aside from that, I happen to love the product. It's a lot nicer if you also happen to love the product, and he's done a really good job. Go ahead, Peter.
Is there, I guess this is for Elon Musk, is there a discount? President Trump wrote the art of the deal. Is there any kind of room for negotiating here?
Let me answer that. I know he'd give me a discount, but honestly, I don't want to ask for one. You know, I'm president, so I want to pay full price.
And what is your message, President Trump? Buying a new car while there are some folks who will see this clip at home and they are struggling with their retirement accounts down at the moment, uncertainty about work ahead.
Well, I think they're going to do great. I think our country had to do this. We had to go and do this. They've taken away, other countries have taken away our business. They've taken away our jobs. I did it initially very strongly against, as you know, China and some others in the first term. And it was a very successful term. We had no inflation. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And then we had COVID, which we had to straighten out. So I didn't want to be doing anything with respect to other countries at that time. And we did a great job with it. We handed the stock market over. It was higher than it ever was. And think of that, higher than it ever was to that point before. And nobody thought that was even possible. We did a great job. But we had the greatest economy in history. This economy, in my opinion, is going to blow it away. But what I have to do is I have to get the workers back. I have to get the factories open. We have 90,000 factories and plants are closed from what you had just prior to NAFTA, which is not very long ago. 90,000, think of it, 90,000 factories and plants are closed from what it was. And it's just not right. So, and we gave it away. Presidents before me gave it away, and I could name every one of them. But they gave it away, and we're taking it back. We're taking our jobs back. We're taking our jobs back.
All right. There's more to that, and they get to a point where he actually says he asks which car Elon drives. Elon drives the Tesla Model S Plaid, which is like the creme de la creme of the Tesla lineup. But just listening to Trump there, I mean, and it's kind of becoming a creepy thing, right? Because Elon has like that semi-creepy Michael Jackson thing about him where, you know, he nods a lot and he's constantly doing this move. He's nodding. Thank you. He's like bowing, nodding. It's like this weird thing. And again, nothing against Elon. He's got his ticks. It is what it is. I think he's a brilliant person. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that, you know, he's doing or everything he does, but, you know, he is a brilliant guy. But it's just there's a creepiness about him standing there with the president of the United States and the president having to kind of kiss his ass and then him kissing the president's ass, and this whole Tesla sales push. Now, I will say, as a Tesla owner, I own a Tesla Model Y Performance. It's probably been my favorite car I've ever owned. It's a great product. I believe it was the #1 selling car in the world 2023, and I think also for 2024, those numbers have come out. And not just #1 selling EV in the world. #1 selling car, meaning it blew away Toyotas and Hondas and everything else, which would typically be #1 selling cars. But I love my Tesla. I don't have to like the founder or semi-founder and initial investor of the company and CEO of the company. I don't have to do that. I've spoken about this in my previous a different video where we're talking about boycotts and such, and people who are anti-Tesla because you're anti-Elon. Most of the people who are wanting to protest in front of Tesla dealerships, who are looking to destroy other, and vandalize Tesla owners' vehicles. A lot of these people drive BMWs, Mercedes, Ford. Ford was founded by a racist. Henry Ford was a racist, practically a Nazi, white supremacist, right? So I hope you're not black or a minority or Jew driving a Ford. That would be very unfortunate, wouldn't it? Right? And what about Mercedes and BMW? Same thing. These are German manufactured cars that were started, prior to the Third Reich a little bit. Some would say like BMW, Mercedes, but still they supported and funded and basically manufactured vehicles, tanks, and equipment for the Third Reich, for Hitler and the Nazis. So if you're driving those cars, well, perhaps, people should go after you for your choice in vehicle. And I got news for you. Plenty of other car manufacturers, Toyota, you name it, whatever it is, Honda, Chevrolet, whatever it is, Subaru. If you were to go investigate the founders of each one of those companies, or investigate the current owners, the current CEOs, the people running these companies now, I don't think every single one of them is going to have this stellar track record of perfection as a human being, perfect character. They're all going to be, liberals who are 100% for the black man and for minorities. And they're all, just doing everything they can for the black community and for minority communities and for DEI stuff. And they're all pro LGBTQ, XYZ, whatever it is. They love white people, black people, green people. They're supporting all these initiatives and programs for their employees. If that's what you think, you're just out of touch with reality. So going after people who drive a particular car because you don't like the owner of the car company is just ridiculous. Grow the fuck up already. Grow up. It's really ridiculous. I spoke my piece on that. They make a great product. It is what it is. Separate, the man from it is what it is. But this thing at the White House I find interesting because it's just, I do wonder who initiated this. Like, was it Musk saying, hey, or was it Trump? And then Trump with his, again, he can't speak. He sounds like a guy from a trucker, a biker bar, or something. He just worse. No disrespect to those guys, no insult to those guys, but he can't. It's a heavy truck. Yeah, she got it. She plays golf. She puts her clubs in the back. He just sounds like a freaking, like the worst sales guy you'd have to talk about your product would be Trump, because he just sounds like an idiot when he speaks. I think my 11-year-old could describe our Tesla better and get you to like it and sell the product better than Trump can. That's a goddamn shame because he's a president of the United States. Anyway, I've said what I had to say here about this. I just thought that video, if you haven't seen it, watching that video is hysterical, and seeing this whole push to, I guess, raise the price or, get people to buy Teslas. Why not just do a press conference where you talk about how ridiculous it is for people to be vandalizing Tesla, right? Or if you want to do that, or just go on X and allow, Elon to say whatever he's going to say, support him, repost his tweets about, not vandalizing cars and how good a product Tesla is. Go ahead, have someone write something nice for you and put it on your Trump page on, Truth Social or wherever. But, doing a demo at the White House with Teslas. And yeah, the reporter brought up the idea of the economy being in turmoil right now, the market crashing, and the uncertainty, economic crisis, and the problem for the middle class and below. And he's touting Teslas and buying a new Tesla for fun, and he can't really drive it. Anyway, it's all a mess. It's all the part of the shit show that's currently going on with the Trump administration. We'll get into more of that pretty soon in my next video. But again, if you're here and you've already subscribed, I truly appreciate you. I can't shout you guys out enough. All right, I'm still growing. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button on the way out. That makes a big difference. It changes the whole algorithmic approach to things on the back end, and it allows me to grow the channel and get better at this. So do not forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next Time to Talk. Also, in the comments before I go, let me know if you saw this Tesla thing. Let me know if you're a Tesla owner. Let me know what you think of Tesla. Let me know what you think of Elon or people actually being angry with CEOs and founders of companies and whether they should just grow up or not. All right, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Time to talk. Peace.